Hey students, sorry I'm not with you today on Monday, September the 28th. This meeting should be quite quick. There's a couple of things that I do want to go over with you. I did notice that there are a couple of assignments that may have not been graded correctly. So I want you to go in and everything should have been graded by now. So if you have an assignment that's showing a 0 that you turned in, or that hasn't been graded, I need you to go in and resubmit that. I'm not sure what happened, but at some point this weekend I looked and I had about 40 assignments that needed to be graded. And then I signed in the next day and there were 2. So for some reason there are 38 assignments that I don't know what happened to them. So I want you to go in, I want you to check your grades. You can do that by going to the homepage, and if you click on grades, it's going to pull up a list of your assignments. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to go to the test student, which will hopefully come up. No test student coming up. So let's go to settings and we'll force it to show us this. But I'm going to go to the test student, and this is going to be what yours looks like. You're going to go to grades. Remember at this point, if you are not going to modules for your assignments and going off of a to-do list, it might be preventing you from doing some of your assignments. So make sure you're going to the course homepage and going to these modules here, and it will take you through each of the steps. But what I want everyone to do is go and check your grades. And when you check your grades, it's going to pull up a screen that kind of looks like this, and it's going to show you your grades. And everything should have been graded at this point. So if you know that you turned in like this M1A1 structure of an atom and it's showing nothing or a 0, then I need you to send me an email and say, I turned this in and give me the assignment. There should only be a handful of these, so not to worry. One thing I do want to stress with you is that there are sometimes comments that are here, but there are also, I want you to know that on a lot of the worksheets, I write comments. So you'll want to click on the assignment, and then on this page here, it'll say see feedback. Click on that and it'll open up your assignment. So this week's assignments, we've gone through the getting started. So if you hopefully have gone through all those. Module 1 is still open. You can still complete that. That's the first module. That's 25% of your grade. And so try to work through all of those assignments. At this point, you're getting a little bit behind, so you might want to just try taking the quiz if you haven't done any of those, because you really should be working where the class is at this point. Then we've got Module 2, Properties of Matter, that is open. You're going to work through that. We're towards the end of it. Today, you have your Product, Commercial, and Elements Superhero is due, and Properties of Matter quiz. Because I am in the test student mode right now, it's showing that they're gray. They're gray because I haven't completed all these assignments. So you do need to work through all those assignments before you can get to this assessment piece. And then starting on Tuesday, we're starting a new module on chemical reactions or chemical change. And you can start new on this particular module and start working through the assignments in sequential order. So we're going to go over some of these assignments today. I am going to leave the student view at this point and go back to the Nearpod. So we're going to go over these assignments. Today you have due the Element Superhero or Product Commercial Properties of Matter quiz. Tomorrow there is a egg experiment. I've done this experiment for you. So if you choose to do your own experiment, it's a lot of fun. So I encourage you to, if you have an egg and some vinegar, to do this experiment on your own. It does take a little while, so that assignment will not be marked late. You'll be working on it kind of in conjunction with the rest of the assignments for the week, but the end part is really quick. Wednesday, Evidence of a Chemical Change Day 1 lab. So we're going to do an online virtual lab. You're going to go to an actual lab experience where you're kind of rotating between different stations. On Wednesday, you've got 4 stations that you're completing. We're going to complete the Watch It, the Explore It, the Read It, and the Illustrate It. And then the last ones will be via Nearpod on Thursday. There'll be an Organize It, a Write It, an Assess It, and research it. Friday, you're going to look at 8 different chemical changes or chemical reactions, and you're going to write down your observations of that chemical change and the indicators that that has occurred. So this unit that we're finalizing today is the researching and communicating information about a material's properties and its use in our society. So you're going to flip to this next page on your Nearpod after this video. Don't click yet. Wait till the video is over. I'm just showing you. You're going to highlight where you're at in this particular unit. Are you a level 1? Are you a level 2? Are you a level 3? Or are you a level 4? Then we're going to watch a little video on a indestructible material. It's a lot of fun, so watch that video. And when you're done with that, you are going to contribute to our board on what is a property of polyurea. Now, this is the material that you're watching the video on. Next, we're going to do an introduction to our next unit, chemical change, that we're starting on Tuesday. These are our different levels. Go ahead and highlight where you think you are at. This is a draw it. And lastly, we are going to take a look at our vocabulary for this new unit. So chemical change, physical change, reactant, product, combustion, respiration, and photosynthesis. I want you to put an X, or you can type an X, you can mark an X, where you are at with this word. Do you know it? Have you heard it? Or do you need to learn it? So if you don't know anything about it, you couldn't define it, you're going to put a check mark on need to learn it. If you've heard it, but you can't necessarily put it into words, I want you to put a check mark there. And then if you definitely know it, then you're going to put a check mark there. So that's the Nearpod for today that you're going to work through. And I want you to finish that as soon as we're done with this video. You're going to click to the next screen. But really quickly, let's go through each of those. Oh, we already went through the assignments. Let me just make sure there's nothing else. So take a look, make sure that you've not turned in anything that has a 0. If you have, something happened to the assignment over the weekend. I don't know if Canvas did some kind of a reboot or something, but I think I've lost about 40 assignments. So take a look. Luckily, because we're using Google Drive, those assignments will be in your Google Drive, so you haven't lost anything. I just have lost the actual submission, so you can either email it to me or you can resubmit it. Take a look at your grades. Canvas should be in line with Canvas. Skyward and Canvas are talking to each other now, so those should be good. And if you have any questions, please send me an email or a message. I should be available even today, even though I'm not here, via email or inbox. If you have a question, you can send it to me and I'll try to respond quickly to that. Otherwise, go ahead and get started on the quiz for today and turning in your Element Superhero or Product Commercial. Finish this Nearpod real quickly and you're free to go. Thank you.